Bringing you the latest in computer technology, it's the Radio PC Review with your host, Brad Proctor, Diane Pencil, Bob Quatter with Nerd News, and Dougie Doug with Under the Hood of the Internet. And now, broadcasting live from the Wing AM studios in Kettering, Ohio, it's time for The Wrestling Guys. It's Marty Adams with Shawn and Goat Boy. Join us every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. And now, The Wrestling Guys.
You know what? I kind of like the name Bob Quatter.
Quatter,
you want to be Quatter?
I think we're going to be the Radio PC Review
It's about
tonight.
time that you and I do a gimmick change. I mean,
Okay.
you've been Marty Adams now for like, what, 40-some years?
Yeah,
I've been Shawn Stidham for almost 30 years. It's about time we change our gimmicks.
Bob Quatter, that has a little ring to it.
I think so.
All right, who do you want to be, Bob?
Yeah, I don't remember what the other names were.
But Bob Quatter stood out. Okay, you're
You know what's
listening.
disappointing about this is Jobber tonight.
The jobber screwed it up already.
What the heck is that all about?
When you call in tonight, let the jobber know that he made a mistake.
I think he's feeling a little ill tonight. The Benadryl just kicked in, so, you know.
Well, Dayton, welcome to the fastest 60 minutes in wrestling, and this is not, I repeat, not the Radio PC Review.
But they do a good job, and they're fine, but
they leave a lot of stuff laying around, and they're here, and they're on the air a lot more than we are, so they must be, somebody must be listening.
Welcome to the Wrestling Guys. I'm Shawn Stidham, of course, joined by Marty Adams, and what a week we've had.
Oh,
we were just talking about it. If you look at everything that's gone on since last Wednesday, it's incredible. In case you haven't called the hotline, which you should be doing every day.
And what that number is?
285-0991. Eric Bischoff, gone from WCW.
Is it a work?
No, it's not a work.
Okay.
That is not a work.
A lot of people in the locker room are thinking that it's a work.
It's not a work, but Eric Bischoff has been removed, or stepped down, whatever, as WCW president. And now you have Bill Bush in charge as far as the money side goes. Bill is going to take care of all the finances and get their act in order there.
Related to the ex-president?
Don't think so.
Okay.
But
a financial wizard.
Financial guru. Basically, when you spend $250,000 on Master P, $500,000 on Kiss, and your ratings are still getting beat 2-1 by the WWF, something's wrong.
Absolutely.
So, then on the creative side, looks like the booker position is going to go to a guy named Craig Leathers.
And his background?
Don't really know.
Who in the heck
However,
knows?
there's also going to be a booking committee, and this is new, which is going to consist of, you ready for this?
Sure.
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Sullivan?
Kevin Sullivan.
Let me guess. Dusty Rhodes?
Dusty Rhodes.
I know Kevin Nash already.
Yeah.
Who else?
I think Dallas is going to be in on it.
Oh, I can't imagine Dallas not being in on it.
But you got those four guys. And then Jimmy Hart's going to do the Saturday night program.
There you go.
But so WCW trying to get their house in order now, and we'll talk more about that as the show progresses. Also, probably the bigger story, though, as far as actually in the ring goes, is it looks like that Taz is on his way to the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, been rumored. It was rumored that he had signed. There was a handshake agreement with the ECW, and now it's being rumored that that has fallen by the wayside, and he is moving, but nothing is signed as yet.
We've talked about it extensively on the hotline. Basically, in a nutshell, there was a handshake deal. Taz announces on his website that the deal's done. ECW sends out press releases, and then if you listen to Taz, he says that he got the contract. There were some things in there that they hadn't discussed, and so once they started going back to the bargaining table, the WWF comes in. Paul Heyman claims that everything in the contract had been negotiated, and that now Heyman claims somebody in the WWF told him that Taz went to Vince Russo and solicited his services. So who knows?
Hey, we may have a chance to hear something right from the locker room of the WWF later in the show.
Possibly. Now, as of today, Taz did post a statement on his website, and basically it says this, quote, "In the past week, there have been countless reports circulated in the wrestling media and on the internet concerning Taz and his status with Extreme Championship Wrestling. While some parts of the report have contained some truth, some have been very misleading and inaccurate. In the coming days and when it's appropriate, Taz will go public with a brief explanation about the circumstances and events of the past week. We hope you'll reserve judgment until you've had an opportunity to see the facts and hear from Taz himself."
Let's wait and see.
So we will wait and see. But again, as Marty stated, nothing is officially signed yet, and I should stress yet.
Okay.
We'll leave it right at that. More shakeups possibly in WCW. The Canadian newspaper The Globe and Mail had a story today where they say that Turner Sports' Dr. Harvey Schiller will be leaving his position as president of Turner Sports to take a job with George Steinbrenner. Now, this move, it could be big because Schiller does oversee WCW.
Interesting. I'll tell you what, I don't think it's done. I think you're going to see a few more people get put out to pasture. One of the things I think, you can say this guy's financial or not, but flying in 20 and 30 extra people to these Nitros and then not using them is an incredible waste of money.
Oh,
and I know
asinine.
he's stopping that. I wonder what it's going to do to some of the people that are under these developmental contracts. Yes, Shark Boy out of HWA, just one of many that are down there.
With Shark Boy, I thought I saw him Monday night as one of Berlin's bodyguards. And I want to ask Les about that.
Yeah, we'll have to find out.
But it looked like one of the guys there was Dean. I didn't know. So
I talked to him actually Friday night. They all attended Brian Hildebrand's Mark Curtis funeral, and I talked to him, and he said things were going good, and he really was anticipating getting in some matches. So.
But you look more at the WCW side with the finances. We talked last week about how Lanny Poffo has been getting paid $75,000 a year to basically do nothing. I mean, that's the kind of things that Bill Bush will be brought in to take care of.
Absolutely.
Jesse the Body Ventura, you think he's going to get criticism for this? He's going to be doing an interview with Playboy, which will be on newsstands October 4th.
Oh, no. He doesn't care, man. He's the Body. He'll do what he wants to. He's the #1 man in politics.
Yes, he will. Diamond Dallas Page and Kimberly will be taping some Hollywood Squares episodes September 19th. No date yet when those are going to air.
And I heard there's a lot of heat with Kimberly and the Nitro girls.
I've heard that, too, that there's a little animosity there.
And they, that while they're still going to do their Nitro girl look, for trying to find a new Nitro girl, that the girls are not enamored with Miss Page and her antics lately.
And you can tell how upset they are because they never seem to keep in step with Kimberly. And Kimberly's the one leading them, and could that be Kimberly not in step? Never mind.
Yes.
Anyway,
confusing.
Reportedly Goldberg and Rey Mysterio Jr. will be making an appearance in Cincinnati September 20th, the day of Nitro, from noon to 1 for a Kroger press conference. I don't know which Kroger that'll be at, but
we will find out. We'll get a hold of Goldie. Maybe we can get him on there this week.
We'll see what happens.
See what goes on.
And just Hurricane Floyd is wreaking havoc everywhere, including in the wrestling world. Tonight's WCW show in Norfolk, Virginia, has been canceled due to Hurricane Floyd.
A little wind, a little rain, you cancel a wrestling show. I don't understand it.
Tomorrow's a little wind, 150 miles an hour. Tomorrow's show in Florence, South Carolina, has also been canceled due to the storm. Not really sure about how this affects Thunder for Thursday night because Thunder was originally going to be live from Florence. Then when that got canceled, they said they were going to tape it tonight in Norfolk. Now that's been canceled, so I guess they're going to have to dig up the repeats or something for tomorrow night on Thunder.
Maybe the dog show again or the U.S. Open.
That's on USA.
Well, they'll get something in there.
SmackDown tapings happened last night out in Nevada, and a big... I'm not going to. We're going to talk about it on the hotline. You'll probably get the update on the hotline about 8:30 or so. We're going to have the full SmackDown results as policy, of course, here on the radio show. We don't reveal the results, but a lot of stuff happened last night. A lot of stuff I don't know if I agree with yet, and we'll go into full-bore details on the hotline.
And believe me, it will be sizzling after 8 o'clock on the hotline.
Yes, it will. By the way, in case you missed it, Raw and Nitro ratings from this past week. Raw 6-0 with a 9-0 share, 5-7 and 6-2 with the hour numbers. Nitro does a 3-3 with a 4-1, 2-8, and a 2-9. Shane Douglas, bicep injury. He's going to work through it. Scott Hall was backstage Monday night at Nitro visiting some friends. No timetable yet on when he will return. Also, Scott Steiner is expected to return soon. He was going to come back a couple weeks ago in New York, but he's decided that he needs a little more time to get in shape.
Absolutely. We talked to Shane. One of the knocks on Shane going in, if you remember, Paul Heyman supposedly telling the WWF that he was broken down and that he had a lot of injuries. It's going to take one hell of an injury to keep Shane out of there. I can tell you that right now because he's trying to build on something that's kind of haunting him right now, and that is kind of a rash of injuries in ECW before he left.
How much will it haunt him if Ric Flair becomes one of the bookers?
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, I want to get him on and ask him because there is so much speculation of why Ric Flair didn't want to do a lot, and then it looked as if maybe Monday night, in the pay-per-view, they obviously didn't get a push.
Right.
Every match was a loss. But Monday night looked as if a push again.
Well, Shane didn't even know what city he was in, so just give him a break there.
He was worried. Oh, that was brutal, man. Saginaw, Michigan?
Yeah, Shane Douglas comes out in case you missed the pay-per-view and says, Saginaw, Michigan, are you ready? And they were in, North Carolina. Yeah,
it was
Salem, North Carolina.
Salem, Saginaw. You would have done that.
Of course.
Hey, if presidents and vice presidents can do it, wrestlers can.
Hey, I saw Neil Diamond do it right here in Dayton.
You're right. Simon Diamond.
Simon Diamond. There you go. Well, Simon Diamond, he's a good wrestler too in ECW. Yes. I actually I enjoyed very much the first half hour of Nitro. Did you?
7-11.
No, I didn't bash. I'm
7-11, and you are complimenting WCW.
The first half hour was excellent.
Are you going to from a heel to a face in WCW?
No, because...
You're sure?
No, because after that it sucked. Until you got to Goldberg. Goldberg's segment was good. And then a great job by Bret Hart at the end of Nitro with the bat shot.
Ooh.
Which... No, this isn't ruining anything.
Okay.
But everybody thinks that Bret Hart got hurt, and even some websites are reporting that, Bret took 12 stitches or whatever. He's fine. He sold it. It was a rubber freaking bat.
One hell of a sell job, I'll tell you that.
Bret has next Monday off. For some reason, why I don't know. But apparently this bat shot from Monday night is going to be used to explain his absence next week.
Well, heck yeah, the guy got hit hard.
But it was a rubber bat.
How do you break a rubber bat?
It was a rubber bat, Marty.
I think you're believing too much of what you read.
No.
We'll let the fans be the judge.
The fans can be the judge. By the way, Mark the Jobber is changing his name. We've talked about changing gimmicks.
Yes, what is it?
He's now Y2 Jobber.
Y2 Jobber.
Y2 Jobber.
All right.
He's a Y2 Mark, and now he's going to be Y2 Jobber.
Well, I hope the Jobber gets it together.
Really?
Or we'll be working for Radio PC.
We're working for the PC Radio Review. We're going to be talking megabytes and hard drives and everything else.
Hello, communicating on the rise. We're talking about the Miami Valley Computing Salon.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. A couple other tidbits. Number one, the Heartland Wrestling Association, that date has been moved from September 18th to October the 9th. It's still going to be at the Sportstown Athletic Center, and it's going to be a very hot show. And
been moved because we're going to have a lot of other people coming in.
Yes.
And one other reason is the last week, and we may have mentioned it, 2020, ABC has been at the Heartland Wrestling Federation filming for an October debut on going through school and things of that nature. So there should be some very interesting things that happen at Sportstown
Athletic Center, October the 9th. So all the information will be on the Wrestling Guys hotline as soon as Marty updates the calendar of event. But anyway.
Oh, man, it's getting brutal in here. All right, stick 'em.
All right. Tell you what, let's go to a break. When we come back, we've got Josh on the phone. We've also got the Love Man, who may be the most hated man on our hotline.
The Love Man? Oh, my God.
We got those two to talk to, plus your phone calls at 457-WING.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Guys on WING.
This is Dave Scherer, and you're listening to The Wrestling Guys with Marty Adams and Shawn Stidham on 1410 WING.
Welcome back to The Wrestling Guys on Dayton's first 1410 WING. Shawn Stidham and Marty Adams. Want to send our thoughts and prayers to Dave Scherer from OneWrestling.com, who you just heard there. He was going to be on the show tonight, but unfortunately we found out just before we were on the air. He gave us a call. His grandmother's passed away, so we want to send our thoughts with him. Also, you may mention it here, our thoughts going to Brian Hildebrand's family. We talked about it last week. Shortly after we went off the air, we found out that Brian, otherwise known as WCW referee Mark Curtis, after about a year-and-a-half battle with cancer, finally lost it. And funeral services were held this past weekend. And if you want to see a great tribute to Brian, Chris Benoit has a new website. And I've got the address here somewhere. I think it's chrisbenoit.com, but I may be wrong. But anyway, go to that, and you can read Chris's thoughts on Brian Hildebrand. I can pretty much assure you that the way Chris felt about Brian was the way that a lot of people in the industry felt about him.
Tremendous guy. Had a great following among the wrestlers. And really, once you get to know Brian, he had done a lot more than just referee. I mean, he had done everything you could do from putting the ring together before matches, to refereeing, to announcing, to wrestling. If somebody was short.
He was the Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, I mean, that's getting back.
But, yeah, Brian was a guy who just simply loved the business and, from what we were told, never complained one day about his situation, and our thoughts and prayers, of course, with Brian and his family.
Absolutely.
Going now to the phone lines, and we want to talk to Josh. Josh, welcome to the Wrestling Guys. How you doing, guy?
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
This is Love Man.
Oh, geez, Love Man's now breaking in.
Man.
you know, we don't have the capability yet to play back on our hotline the comments that are being left. But Love Man, a lot of people upset with the way you defend WCW and just your entire persona, I guess. So you're building up some enemies, my friend.
The people just want to hear the Love Man's voice on the radio. That's all I got to say about that.
So give us your thoughts. What's up?
Okay, Shawn, I got your comment on the hotline about this. What do you think about Macho Man possibly going to the WWF in January, if he does? Because, I mean, he's not doing too well right now, probably getting booted out. I mean, he hasn't been showing up.
Well, it's like you said, I talked about this on the hotline, but for those of you who missed it, basically Randy Savage, who, you know, a few weeks ago went AWOL from WCW, isn't very happy right now in the company, and he's telling people that he will be leaving WCW once his contract is up at the end of the year and returning back to the World Wrestling Federation. My question is, who is Randy talk to in the World Wrestling Federation? Because I can't see why. Randy Savage is a head case. Love Man, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm outside talking to some people.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the hell that was. Anyway, I don't know who Randy talked to in the World Wrestling Federation as far as gauging interest. I know that he's still kind of cordial with Vince McMahon, but I don't know how Randy Savage would fit in today's World Wrestling Federation. Another thing, Randy Savage isn't the best guy to have around the locker room.
Well, and if you look at it, you're talking he's going to want a multi-year contract, millions of dollars. The WWF locker room is a very tight locker room, and usually, at least up to this point, has been. And what does Randy Savage bring to the WWF? At this juncture, really not a lot. And with what he's doing by going AWOL, it doesn't say a lot for yourself, because if you're going to do it for the WCW, what's to stop you to cause those same type of problems when you revert over to WWF, if it happens?
Yeah.
Right now, Randy Savage needs the WWF more than they need him.
Okay, I was on the online. I've been on there. And Berlin's bodyguard, I guess his name's Hellraiser.
Okay.
Is right or wrong? I mean...
Is his name... I don't know exactly what nicknames they've given Berlin's bodyguard yet.
Because I was on OneWrestling.com and I've seen that.
If you saw it there, then it's probably a good bet that's what it is, but I haven't really seen that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I just want to tell the people out there, if you ain't satisfied with the Love Man, you ain't satisfied with nothing.
All right.
You tell him, Love Man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Testify.
What happened to Josh?
Okay, this is all Y2 Jobber's fault. I don't know what the heck he's doing in
what
there.
are you doing today?
I don't know.
We tell everybody to show him respect.
We praise him.
Yes.
You know, we go to the management of the station and say we want the Jobber doing our show because we like him. He does a great job, and then he does this kind of stuff.
Get it together, Jobber.
Okay, let's go to Josh. Josh, welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
Hey, guys.
How's it going, Josh?
How's it going, okay? First off, what's up with Y2 Jobber's fault, anyway?
Huh?
I got an ECW question.
Oh, okay. Dumb button work. Go ahead, Josh.
Where was ECW going with this whole Dreamo Raven tag team thing?
Where are they going with it?
Yeah.
Well, basically, I know Paul has contacted Beulah about trying to bring her back to be involved in this angle, but she's a college student right now in New York, and she kind of likes life out of the spotlight, and so she's kind of politely said no about coming back to ECW. I don't think this tag team reign is going to last too long. Number one, you've got both guys who are nursing injuries and really can't wrestle for long periods of time. And plus, those two guys are natural enemies, and I think that once they get healed, you're going to see them go at it rather than working together.
You got to look at it from a couple different ways. One, you know, they're going to have to do something. If Taz ends up leaving, Raven is a logical choice to jump into one of the championship matches, whether it be for the World Heavyweight Championship, and they move Rob Van Dam and he works out at the TV championship level, but somewhere they're going to have to break that up and move it in and look for other people to be coming to ECW here very soon. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of feelers out all across the country and internationally for some people that are not under contract.
The feud would be with Samus up Beulah and stuff.
Okay, Josh, well, thanks for giving us a call, all right?
Later.
Take care of yourself.
Buddy.
You know, one thing I've heard is that we talked about how Taz has a handshake agreement with ECW, whether he would work for the company through the end of the year, and ECW's lawyers say that they're going to hold Taz to that even if he signs with the World Wrestling Federation.
And if you look at a lot of the reports, that's what they're saying. They say Taz will sign, but he may not be actually moving over until the first of the year.
But one thing that came out today was the main event for this weekend's Anarchy Rules could be made into a three-way dance where Taz would lose the title. Paul doesn't want to put the belt around Tanaka's waist just because he really doesn't have the name power here in the United States. But don't be surprised if you see Raven, Sabu, or Rob Van Dam or somebody with a name thrown into that main event for a three-way dance.
Oh, you can imagine Paul Heyman, as innovative as he is, he's going to come up with something really good for this. At Odeum, where they're holding this at, they've had to set up an extra 500 seats. Now they went to standing room only. That place will be rabid this Saturday night.
It is going to be a hot pay-per-view. Let's go back to the lines and talk to John. Welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
That John's got a funny voice.
Yeah, it sounds like I don't know what that was.
John?
John's gone, so we're not there. Jobber doesn't believe now he's Y2K compliant.
Is that the problem, Jobber?
I think that's what it is.
On? Job,
are you there? Are you okay? You doing okay in there, guy? Okay. All right,
Here I am.
Okay, Jobber,
My headphones were on.
You all right?
Didn't have my headphones on, guys.
Well, you know, you're worrying us, man. Do we need to, like, maybe call 911 or something for you? Because you don't seem all there.
I don't know. I was fine until I started calling myself Y2 Jobber. I think it's this whole year 2000 problem.
Do you want to, like, go back to being marked the Jobber? Will that solve it?
Well, we'll try it out for now. I'm downloading some stuff from the Microsoft website. I think that'll help. But if that doesn't work, then yeah, we'll go back to Mark the Jobber.
All right, I think the Radio PC guys are still around here. They might be able to help you out, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you, sir. And waiting for your phone calls at 457-WING. ECW's pay-per-view this weekend should be very good.
I'll tell you, you know, a good crowd here in Dayton for the last one, for Heat Wave. Still a great pay-per-view for what I would consider at the time to be a lack of star power. Really the only major change is the Dudley Boys moving on, which we're still waiting for Bubba Ray to call us. Took care of the guy to get him a room in Las Vegas last night, and where's he at when you need him?
He's at the slot.
He might be. We talked to Bubba last night, and I'll tell you what, I don't want to spoil anything because I never do. You like to do it. But a great match with them coming up Thursday night. So Dudley Boys.
We'll tell you what the match is. We just want to tell you how
there
it
you go.
Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys against the Acrolites and Edge and Christian. It's going to be an 8-man tag team match. And it is going to be a very wild match, as you say. And Dudleys are very over right now in the WWF. I mean, I don't like Bubba going back to the stuttering gimmick, but, you know, for the money that Vince is paying him, I'll stutter.
Hey, no doubt about it.
Talk to John. Welcome to the Wrestling Guys. Hey, John. John once.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm not doing bad. What's up?
Sorry for hanging up on you, but my phone disconnected.
That's okay. We're
yeah,
just blaming it
right.
on the Jobber.
Yeah, it wasn't your fault, John. It was the Jobbers.
But anyways, on the October 16th show at the Nutter Center, do you know who's supposed to be all there at the Nutter Center?
Pretty much you're going to have a full WWF lineup because of the pay-per-view happening on Sunday. The one guy that we heard may have been taken off the show is Badass Billy Gunn, and why, I don't know, but that's who we're hearing.
The only other one I heard is the Godfather probably won't be there because of an injury.
No, he's back.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back. But the one guy we've heard that, as far as the name goes, that may not be there is Badass Billy Gunn. I still haven't heard yet if Steve's going to be there because he really hasn't been doing a lot of house shows lately. But with the pay-per-view again the next night in Cleveland, there's a good chance he'll be in Dayton.
And we have been told The Rock will be there.
Yes, Rock will be there, Mick will be there, Al, Dudley's, all those guys will be there.
Right.
Do you know if they're going to be signing autographs anywhere?
This is like a weekly thing, man.
Well, by next week we will have confirmation. The only one that we are pretty much confirmed on is that Kane will be at the Miami Valley Center Mall in Piqua that day. We don't know the time yet. We're trying to put that together, and we're also in the finalization of the last steps of contract with The Rock again for a Cincinnati appearance, and potentially Triple H and or China.
All right, and last question, is that show going to be a taped show, or is it just going to be an arena event?
Just an arena event.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Are you ready to go to the Celebrity Hotline?
Oh, who is it?
We have, from Unified Championship Wrestling,
I bet I know who it is.
Willie Up.
Not the William Fulmer.
Yes, it is. Willie, how you doing?
Look, Willie.
I'm doing great. In fact, I have a bombshell to drop on you guys tonight. And by looking at both of you, neither one of you had a lot of bombshells in your life.
Oh,
Don't start, Willie.
Don't
we'll
go
throw the
there.
disconnect button on you.
Don't go there about not having bombshells. The only bombshells you've had are the 5 digits on your hand. Now let's go. What is it?
This is, as you know, I didn't even hear what you said. I'm gonna. And
That's
thank you
good.
for getting me on before Bubba Ray, by the way, because I know that's going to take up about 40 minutes trying to get just one answer out of him.
I will mention that you said that.
Yes.
Anyway, as you know, Big Daddy Rajkonks has been stripped of the Unified Championship title.
Yes.
And it's been given back to the Atomic Rhino. As of right now, Big Daddy Raj Cox has failed to relinquish the belt to me. So the executive committee, which includes myself, has gone into the drawing room, and we have decided that Big Daddy Raj Cox is now hereby let go from Unified Championship Wrestling. No more Big Daddy Raj Cox, no more True Thugs running around doing whatever they want to do. He's gone.
He's gone.
You will see him selling pencils down on 3rd Street. You might want to stop by. He might still be able to look up and sign an autograph for you. But as far as him doing anything else within Unified Championship Wrestling, it is done.
Wait a minute. Willie. How can the owner and originator not be a part of it?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I am the president. I can do whatever I want within Unified Championship Wrestling. He is done. I will buy out his shares. I have investors calling me each and every day wanting to be a part of Unified Championship Wrestling. It's a done deal, Marty. I'm telling you right now, he is gone. And I'm telling you what, he will not be on the next show. He will not be there. I guarantee you he'll be banned for the building. The next show is October 10th at 4 o'clock at the 768 Union Hall.
So, Willie, you must feel pretty, I guess, satisfied. You've been on this campaign to get Raj out of wrestling for a long, long time. It looks like you've done it.
I am more satisfied than I've been any time in my... Well, I take that back. There was a night at the living room, but we won't go into that right now. Other than that, I am more satisfied tonight than I have been at any other time in my life. I just have so much jubilation you don't have.
You sound pumped up.
You know, you weren't this excited when you paid for... you haven't been this excited since you paid for Conan's autograph down at Pullman.
Who told you that?
All right, Willie, we got to go to a break.
That whatsoever.
We got to go to a break. Hey, Willie, hang on the line for during the break, okay?
All right.
All right. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we got the Rat from Oakwood plus your phone calls at 457-WING.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Guys. We're on 1410 Wing AM, and stay tuned because the Syndicate man himself, Willie F., will be right back with us.
If you didn't catch the tailgate party last Thursday, here's what you missed.
The Falcons or the 49ers, who do you like to win the NFC West? Falcons still taking over the NFC.
Nobody cares.
Right.
I mean, if Jeff Jarrett went anywhere, nobody would care. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the storyline.
He got a lot of in-ring ability, but he is one of those guys, for some reason, just hasn't found whatever it is to put himself over, and except for Deborah.
Yeah,
if
really.
Deborah wasn't with him, he wouldn't get one cheer.
You know that. Thirdly, real quick, I just wanted to see if you guys heard anything. I was reading the other day where Billy Gunn was supposedly going to become a main eventer in 2000. You guys saw anything about that?
That's been going around for a while. There was talk that they were trying to build Billy Gunn into the next Shawn Michaels. Now, since that time, they've signed Chris Jericho. They've signed Paul White. So I really don't know now how that fits in there. I think Billy Gunn has a lot of in-ring ability, but I still don't think that his mic skills, and which is so important in today's wrestling world, is there yet.
Not only that, Billy Gunn's interaction with everybody else is not where it needs to be either. I mean, his arrogance comes over not only... it just comes over.
Yeah.
And he needs to work on that, too, before he gets the push that he really, I think his skills deserve.
Right.
All right, well, it was always good talking to you guys.
Hey, man.
Nice talking to you.
Two-time caller.
I wanted to remind everybody there'll never be a big cheese till they come get some of the rats.
Oh, hey.
All right.
Hey, you guys take it easy.
All right, Brad.
Is every caller going to have his own tagline now?
I'll tell you what, man. Hey, they're creative. We have creative callers.
We have the best callers in the world. We have the best listeners in the world. But everybody's got their own persona now. It's kind of cool.
I like it.
Let's go back to the phone. Talk to Troy. Welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going, Troy?
Good.
What's up?
Nothing.
Do you have something you want to talk about?
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to Road
That's
Dogg.
good.
What happened to who?
Road Dogg.
Road Dogg Jesse James is officially recording a CD for the World Wrestling Federation, and he should be back probably about, 4 weeks now, I guess?
I like the way you said officially.
It's official, yeah. By the way, in other CD news, the WWF Volume 4 of the music comes out November 2nd.
Which is a remake of Volume 1, 2, and 3.
Which is a remake of Volume 1, 2, and 3. But, yeah, Road Dogg should be back probably by the pay-per-view. He may make an appearance there.
And is Sabu supposed to be coming back to any wrestling organization soon?
Sabu is booked for the Anarchy Rules pay-per-view.
He will be and is with ECW.
Yeah, Sabu has just simply been on an Australian tour. That's why you haven't seen him anywhere in the States for a while.
All right, thanks.
Thanks
for calling. Hey, what happened to Willie?
Willie left.
Willie broke the hottest news in Dayton in wrestling.
That Raj Cox is out of UCW?
Out.
Yeah.
I would not want to be on that executive
But you see,
board.
Willie's got about like 20 minutes left in happy hour, so, he's got to get that down.
That's a good point.
Let's go back to the phones and talk to Mike. Mike, how you doing?
Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, Mike, how's it going, man?
Hey, I just wanted to know if y'all know where Paul Roma is nowadays.
Precious Paul Roma. Paul Roma, I know, contacted WCW about a job about 7 months ago and was politely turned down. And other than that, I really couldn't tell you where he is.
I don't even see him popping up in any indie news anywhere. But that's a great name. I'll tell you what, we get some names from the past here, and that's one of them. But really, I haven't seen anything having to do with him.
Okay.
All right?
All right, yeah.
Hey, thanks for calling, Mike.
One guy pops up, too, is Tom Zink. And have you heard I've heard stories where he's ill, and I really don't know.
Looks like we did some follow-up on him a few months back.
I don't know if it's I don't know what the severity of the illness is, if it's something serious, or if it's just a rumor. I know he has a website where he has kind of a petition for people to try and email the World Wrestling Federation or the WCW about trying to get him back in, but it looks like the website hasn't been updated in a while, and I haven't really heard anything.
One thing you see that with a lot of not all of the wrestlers' websites, but a lot of them, you'll go in there and they're kind of...
Yeah.
I think what you get is somebody will come along and they try to help them get it started, and then, because of their schedules or one thing or another, they kind of fall by the wayside a little bit.
But, there's a lot of wrestlers that have very good websites. Chris Jericho does a great job on his website. Locally, White Beater has a very good website.
Actually, we're looking right now. I talked to Al Snow. We're looking for somebody to develop his website. So get a hold of the Wrestling Guys. If you're interested, leave us a message on our hotline. Hey, you never know.
I think that's already taken. I don't think you can see it if you're 18 or under.
I hope it is.
Let's go back to the phones, and we have the ref from Riverside.
The ref from Riverside. I hear this guy more than I hear you.
How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. How you guys?
Doing good.
I got two things in my mind.
Hit it.
If and when Taz comes to the WWF, who do you think he's going to feud with, Hunter Hearst or Stone Cold?
Well, what I've heard is if Paul makes Taz, stay with ECW through the end of the year, that Taz will probably make his debut somehow in the Royal Rumble. And my guess, probably with the way Taz's match skills are, you'd probably see him paired off against somebody like Steve Blackman or somebody like that initially, and then move up the ladder. I don't know if I don't think Taz, we love him, but as far as the mainstream audience that only watches the WWF, they really don't know who this guy is.
And one other thing, and no disrespect to the guy that I think is
not at all,
pound for pound, one of the strongest men I know. He's a small.
Yeah.
And in stature, not that, there isn't room for that in the WWF, but you're not going to see him, to put him in right away against an Austin, physically would appear to be a pretty significant mismatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and think about Monday Night with Jeff Jarrett. Moolah can take a hell of a guitar shot, and I can't...
No doubt about it.
Not bad for like a 70-year-old dame, is it?
More like they're about 90.
She took a shot.
Yeah, and then the other lady, I forget her name, but she looks like she's about 95 years old. She took a good figure four.
Yeah. So the ring announcer, too. She took a good one.
It's hard to believe this guy can beat women up on national television.
I hope this don't end up to be another one of these Andy Kaufman things.
You know, they may be going that way, but I have a gut feeling that China's going to win the belt at Unforgiven.
Yeah. Now, can I give a shout-out to somebody?
Do it.
I want to give a shout-out to the Bonger and Two Crazy Tim.
I think we've heard of them.
Yeah,
I
they put on
think
a hell
so.
of a backyard show.
Well, Ref, thanks for calling tonight, and of course, I'm sure we'll hear you on our hotline.
Every day.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, Ref, thanks for calling, man.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, you know what's interesting is everybody talks about how wild and how ECW is. One of the things you're not going to see on ECW, at least on the TNN show, is male versus female violence.
And I'll tell you, talk about violence. There's nothing more violent than shattering a guitar into 3,000 pieces over somebody's head.
Especially it being a woman. I mean, you know,
that doesn't make sense, but
No.
I guess it's where the critics are focused at the time.
I guess so. Back to the phones and go on to Riverside. We're going to talk to, you ready for this, Marty?
Go ahead.
The Wild Card.
The Wild Card. Another
Card.
persona. How's it going, Wild Card?
All right.
What's up?
I've been calling Willie F. on the hotline and asking him how many times Hulk Hogan had the belt, you know, the World Heavyweight belt in WCW or WWF.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for an answer, and he never did. Call me, leave a message.
How many times has Hulk Hogan held the world title, combined, both federations?
Yeah.
Let's see. WWF, he beats the Iron Sheik. Then
right up your alley, isn't it?
Then he beat...
Until somebody proves you wrong, some kid from Germantown in about 20 minutes.
He beat the Iron Sheik for the first title. Then he lost it to Andre. Then he didn't win it again until the WrestleMania the next year against Savage. Then after that, he lost the title to Undertaker. I think that was how that worked. And then he got it back, and then it was vacated. I want to say he held it 4 times in the WWF. Because I know he lost it to beat Yokozuna, then lost it to Yokozuna, beat Sergeant Slaughter, lost to Yokozuna. So he's held it 4 times, I think, in WWF. As far as WCW goes, heck, 5, 6.
Whoever knows, call Shawn Stickam.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that you start going through and you're going to forget one of them. I want to say probably a total. He's probably held a world championship a total probably by like 10 or 11 times.
So Ric Flair still had it more times?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
All right? And I'll try and research that for you, and I'll put it on our hotline, okay?
All right. What's your number for your hotline?
285-0991.
All right. Thanks.
Updated every single day, all right, man?
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Talk to Randy in West Carrollton. Randy, welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing all right. Had a question, a couple of where are they nows.
Okay.
First one, Patriot. Second one, Yokozuna.
Patriot had an injury in the WWF. He is nursing that, and he apparently is going to come back and do some independent shows. And so hopefully that'll be here in the near future that we'll see him again. There's a possibility he will be on that Heroes of Wrestling pay-per-view coming in October. Yokozuna, probably get a call on this guy about every single day. Yokozuna's just simply too fat. Last I heard, he was about 650 pounds. And the last independent show I know he wrestled, he went up to the second rope and actually broke the support. Seriously, he did. And he wrestled, and it was a tag team match. Excuse me, he wrestled a tag team match, and he basically stayed on the apron the entire time because he literally couldn't get in there or wasn't physically fit to even get in the ring and take anything.
There's no way to fly him from point A to point B. I mean, I know the armrests, you lift him, he doesn't fit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really sad.
The guy cannot work. He gets in there, he does a squash, and then he rolls out.
And this guy has been to weight clinic after weight clinic after weight clinic, and he just can't do it.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
That really is.
All right. Well, Randy, thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling, Randy.
We'll take one quick call. We got the Bonger. Bonger, welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
Yo, what's up, man?
Not much. We only got about a minute for the break, so you got to make it quick, man.
Okay, first of all, I want to give a big thank you to Suicide Solution for breaking my damn arm. Excuse my language. But also here, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I want to lay the smackdown on the Lover Boy because WCW and the Lover Boy fight. Now then, the question I got for you is, can you answer this for me, yes or no? Sabu will get the world title at the pay-per-view. I am predicting it. I am laying the smackdown right now. Sabu will become the new ECW world champion at the pay-per-view.
That has been talked about. That is being talked about.
We're not going to disagree with you because you could be right, Bonger.
Yeah.
And if you are,
right. I'm always right.
I'll tell you this, Bonger. There are a lot of different scenarios being thrown around for the pay-per-view this Sunday, and Sabu winning the title is one of them, but there's probably like about 15 others too.
Okay. One more comment. This goes out to the Horde
and this is in a promotion that I also work with and all, the Horde. I got 2 words for him.
Be careful. Hey, be careful.
Be careful, okay?
Oh, that's cool. I know it's a family show, Marty.
All right.
I know it's a family show, but, you know, the bongers got to come out here and talk a little bit of smack, you know, to get
We can lay some
WCW
trash down. We got you.
We understand, all right?
You got to get the WCW fans pissed off, you know.
There you go. Thanks for the call, man.
Hey, thanks for calling, Bob.
All right. Going to a break. When we come back, more of your phone calls at 457-WING. This is Shawn Stidham along with Marty Adams, and we are
The Wrestling Guys on Wing 1410 AM.
When I'm in Dayton, I listen to 1410 Wings. It's hot. Marty Adams and Shawn Stidham, Daddy.
Welcome back to the Wrestling Guys on Dayton's first 1410 WING, and getting ready for the ECW Anarchy Rules pay-per-view happening this Sunday. And hopefully it'll be a lot better than the pay-per-view we had this past Sunday. Fall Brawl, WCW, you know, I kind of give them the benefit of the doubt because the
There you go. Glad you're on the bandwagon.
The company is in a state of turmoil.
You and a love man.
But, they turned Sting heel. Sting's now your WCW champion. And maybe the worst match of all time. And I've seen some bad ones. Berlin and Hacksaw Jim Duggan was bad.
Yeah, because the Buster's a no-show on a pay-per-view.
Well, Bus doesn't want to do the job. And I've heard conflicting stories on this. But they throw Hacksaw in there at the last second. Him and Alex hadn't had a chance to go over any spots, to get any communication down. Jim has a reputation for no-selling. So Berlin is over as a monster heel, so he's not supposed to sell anything. So you have 2 guys in there selling nothing. So it's
Traditional, though. USA versus Germany.
Oh, yeah.
God, it stunk.
Go back to the phones and go on his Vina. Talk to Daryl. Welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
How you doing?
Good. Do we have that
What's
on
up, Daryl?
Daryl, I'm Sunday. Can we have that on tape or you just want it stunk? I want that in a new promo. Daryl, how you doing, man?
I've got a couple of questions. First, what's going on with the Sandman? And we're going to see him
Going on with who?
The Sandman or Hack or Fullerton, whatever you call him.
Hack was recovering from an injury, and he was basically told right before Eric left that if he didn't get back in the ring soon, they were going to cut his salary down to a third of what he was making. So, he should be back any time now. Now, Chastity, his sidekick, did announce on her website that WCW will not be renewing her contract when it's up in December.
There was a rumor going around that Sandman was looking at making a move back to ECW. I don't see it happening.
Maybe with Taz leaving, Paul might give in. But Paul and Sandman did not leave on the best of terms.
I can't see it happening.
And the only other question I have is I've been hearing, reports out of Raven's just waiting out his WCW contract to go back to the WWS. Is that true? Or?
We had this question on the hotline, and Raven basically had about a year left on his WCW contract. And so if, according to the terms of his release from WCW, he wouldn't be able to go to the WWF for at least a year. Now, he is recovering from a rotator cuff injury. But I think Raven, right now, really doesn't have any ulterior motive. I think he's going to, wrestle for ECW for a year, and if he still enjoys it, he'll be fine.
He's got a sweet deal, $150,000.
Right.
He only has to wrestle 12 times a month.
Right.
Anything other than that is additional pay. Plus, he gets a cut of the pay-per-views. That was part of his contract.
Plus, let's, be honest, if Taz is leaving the company and Tommy Dreamer, is injured, you really only have maybe 3 guys with good name recognition in ECW, being Sabu, Rob Van Dam, and Raven. And Raven, having had exposure in WCW, probably the biggest name of the 3.
And the last thing I have is, I know you all don't want to say anything about what happened last night.
Don't spoil it, man.
I'm not going to say it.
Don't spoil it.
I know what happened, but
okay.
Where's the WWF going with the man? That's all.
To be real honest, without spoiling it, I don't like it, but I can see a way where it may work, and I'll explain that at 8:30 on the hotline.
Okay, thanks.
Hey,
all right.
Thanks for calling, Daryl.
Bye. Thanks for giving us a call, and of course he was talking about the SmackDown results, which we'll have in full detail 8:30 on the Wrestling Guys hotline. Go back to the phones here and talk to Billy. Welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
Hello?
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
I was wondering if you knew if Bret Hart was going to return to the WWF before he ends his career.
Bret Hart would probably be dead before he would go back to the WWF.
I don't see it ever happening. I think that he will retire or go to a federation up there in Canada or do something before he ever make the trip back. So.
Yeah, unless you know, unless something would happen where Vince would sell the company or something like that, which isn't going to happen, Brett, no, you're not going to see him back.
Okay, and is it true that they're trying to reform DX?
You
Just
know,
a lot of speculation.
Yeah,
just like everything else.
Yeah, that's, you know, if they are, I don't know. It's been talked about, but again,
talking about some other members potentially coming in, but just, hey, well, I hope they do. I think it was good for wrestling, and I think that they may end up doing something, but it'll be a swerve before we see it.
The only reason you're interested because you got a case load of those DX shirts in the back of classic cars you want to unload.
No doubt. Everybody needs them. We got them.
Thanks for giving us a call, man.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, Bill. Go back to the phones and talk to Mike. Mike, welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Doing good.
I just wondered if you knew when the WWF stock was going to go on sale.
Haven't heard official date. I know it's going to be about 10 million shares, going up for about $14 to $16 a share. The interesting thing is, and I don't know the exact numbers, but Vince is still going to own 98.3% of the company. So he's going to be selling 10 million shares at $16 a pop. He's going to make a ton of money, and really he's not giving up anything.
Nothing at all. All he's doing is growing the value of the company and making it, obviously, just like a lot of Boston Celtics did it, a lot of other, Disney has done it.
Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, they go out there and let people feel like they are a part of something that they really enjoy, and I'll be right there trying to buy some too that first day.
And I expect that to probably be kind of like a big holiday gift. You know, I mean, how cool would it be if you're a wrestling fan to be given, you know, here, honey, you now own stock in the World Wrestling Federation?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, so maybe check on their website, maybe?
I keep in touch with their website. I imagine now, since Vince is back on television, it's very close to being public and where you'll be able to buy it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Marty, let's go back to the celebrity hotline. I think this guy's a celebrity. He's a celebrity anytime he calls here. Cam the Man Collins.
No. Do you know him?
I think I know him.
He's supposed to be working.
I can't believe Shawn would even acknowledge that he knows me.
Oh, Cam, why? You're a friend, man.
Cam.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Hey, a couple of quick comments. Number one, the answer to the question that Wildcard had.
About Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan is an 11-time World Heavyweight Champion.
There we go.
4 times in WWF?
Actually, he was 5 in the WWF.
Thank you. I knew somebody would call me the correct stick.
Wait a minute. Iron Sheik, Randy Savage, Undertaker, Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Which one am I missing?
He beat Yokozuna.
You're right. Okay.
Thank you, Cam. I love it.
You like that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So I just had to call and get that out there. Plus, with this WWF going public, why do I get the feeling that Willie F is going to be your next majority shareholder?
I don't think that Willie is going to get a chance to be the majority owner of the World Wrestling Federation, but
he may be trying to pull something with
He ran Roger out of UCW. So, you know, who knows? Willie F has a lot of tricks up those sleeves.
Yeah,
no doubt.
We'll stop it.
Cam, are you working?
I am not working. I am off.
Wow. How is it going? How's the new job going?
The new job is going great.
Look, man, this is your big chance.
We're giving you a free plug.
Go. Time to plug it, baby. Go do it.
What's that, everybody? If you're in the market for a new car, head out to AutoNation USA.
And that's, of course, off Colonel Glenn across from Wright State University?
Street from Wright State University.
And who should they ask for? The main man in auto sales?
That's exactly right. Just come in and ask for Cam.
There you go.
And I'll tell you what, I hear you're doing a great job. Wrestling fans, if you're looking for a great deal on a car, hey, we do it all here on the Wrestling Guys. See Cam the Man Collins at Auto World because he will take care of you.
AutoNation.
AutoNation, Auto World, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Cam, thanks a lot.
Hey, buddy, thanks for calling.
Oh, man, what a good guy, Cam Collins.
I'll tell you what, he's doing a great job out there, and a lot of cars moving, and a lot of people that do know Cam, he's just a great guy. So go out and say hi to him. You don't have to buy a car. Just test drive one for 3-4 days.
That's what you do, right?
Oh, I bought mine, yeah.
Again, to recap some of the stories that we talked about, in case you're just joining the show and you missed the top of the hour. SmackDown, a lot of stuff went down last night during the tapings out in Nevada, and we're going to have all the updates at about 8:30 tonight on the Wrestling Guys hotline.
And the number is?
285-0991. Big Daddy Raj Cox, according to Willie F., is now gone from Unified Championship Wrestling.
And we'll be waiting for an update on that, and I'm sure we'll leave you one on the hotline as soon as we hear something.
And their next show is scheduled for October the 10th at 4 p.m. at the 768 Union Hall.
And I'll tell you what a great weekend. HWA on the 9th.
Exactly.
UCW on the 10th. Tell you what better way to go right in the weekend after to the WWF.
And you're going to be able to get that UCW information at 640-1921. The Heartland Wrestling Association, which Marty just mentioned, has moved their show from this Saturday to October the 9th. It's still going to be at the Sportstown Athletic Center, and the reason for the move can't really disclose, but there's going to be a couple big surprises.
Tickets will be on sale Monday.
Tickets go on sale Monday.
Buy them at any Classic Cards location. And,
our Fans Choice.
Or, yes, Fans Choice. Or at Sportstown yourself, which is 7, 8 minutes from the Dayton Mall, 7, 8 minutes from Classic Cards. You can get there real easy, and what a great place for a night of wrestling and fun.
It's going to be a great show. You've got the guys like GQ Master Sir, Todd Morton, Chip Fairway. Is he hurt? He may be. He may not be on the show.
Groin. Actually, we just sent a tape of his to WWF to look at, and he is out right now, so I don't know whether he'll be back.
Full pain.
Maybe him and Raj are together somewhere.
They're out. They're taking down the... You know, what's Raj going to do now? I saw a couple of Ryans went out of business. Raj, maybe that's why he's a little bit depressed.
Bobo hurting.
He's lost his job. Ryan's is gone. What the hell's Raj going to do now?
Yeah, anybody knows any all-you-can-eats, put them on their hotline.
Yeah, geez. Let's go back to the phones. I don't know if I want to take this call. Stephanie and Eaton.
Hi, Shawn.
Hi, Stephanie.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine.
What would you like?
I want to know if the WCW is going to renew Bagwell's contract, if you've heard anything.
I haven't really heard anything. There's a couple different reports that one, Buff is actually under contract through 2001, although I did hear one thing earlier tonight, and I don't really know if this is true or not, that WCW is looking to release a lot of wrestlers' payroll, and for some reason, Buff, I don't know why it's because of an attitude backstage or whatever, that he could be on the verge of being cut. I really don't know exact specifications.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Now Y2 Jobber wants to be Y2 Buffer.
Y2 Buffer.
You know, he's changing his gimmick more than
Stephanie
John
calls in, and now the Jobber's
He
back.
wants to impress Stephanie.
Stephanie, the Jobber is impressing you. I hope you're duly impressed.
Oh, man. Well, we're just, the fastest 60 minutes wrapping up right now.
Here it goes. It happens so quick every week. We got to go to 2 hours.
We should.
We need to start a campaign. You got to call. Call Z93. Call 1029.
Call during the day. And what is the official business
You have the
line
official number. Your business.
What is the official business number here? I don't even know.
Jobber, what's
their official business number here? 294-5858. Ask for Jimmy Olsen. And
just
talk to. But when you do this, okay, don't call up with your persona, your character. Be very polite.
Yes.
Be very just. Hey,
tell them how you enjoy the show.
Listen to the Wrestling Guys. We think it's a great show. We'd love to see it go to 2 hours. That's all you need to do.
And he'll contact us.
Exactly.
And with you, the fans behind us, we got to go to 2.
Don't forget, of course, every day you can get your up-to-date wrestling information on the Wrestling Guys hotline. The number is 285-0991. And tonight, Marty and I is going to update it. In about a half hour, you're going to have full SmackDown results plus an updated calendar of events.
Thank you.
A whole lot more. So that's about it again.
Hey, you've been listening to the fastest 60 minutes in wrestling with the Wrestling Guys. That's Shawn Stedham and Marty Adams. And you're listening to Wing, 1410 a.m. Good night, Dayton.
Later. We have so many great hotline callers. And we joke about the Love Man all the time and the whole feud he has with guys like Barner and Rapp. But still, those guys call every day. Earn Dog. Who else? Crazy K. Who else? Grandmaster Ken.
Simply the best.
Simply the best. Who else do we have?
I mean, they're all over.
Jeremy, Chain Dog.
Yeah.
Claudia Webb.
Claudia Webb. God, love her. China, we got to get her to meet you.
Hold on. You do this for me. I got to go grab Goat Boy. We got a couple CDs to give away.
All right. Well, look, I'm going to take a call while you're out. Molly from Germantown, you're on the Wrestling Guys.
Hey, Marty.
How's it going?
Fine. How are you?
Great.
I have a question. The WWF that's coming to the Nutter Center?
Yes.
Is that going to be a taped event?
No, it isn't. That's an afternoon event. From what we're understanding, it is not a taped event. It's the day right before the pay-per-view, and the pay-per-view's in Cleveland the following day.
Okay, because Z93 says that the guy Godfather thing. You can be on TV with the Godfather, and I was just wondering if they were going to tape it or not.
You know, we've been hearing that, and actually Shawn just walked over to the Z93 side, and I was talking to Go Boy about that. I think they cut that promo at a time that it appeared it may have been a taped event, but at this point we don't believe it is.
Okay.
But you're not trying to be one of the Godfather girls, are you?
No, that's okay.
All right. I thought you were a little young for that. I just wanted to check.
Yeah, just a little.
All right. Hey, Molly, thanks for calling.
No problem.
All right.
Go Boy will be here momentarily.
I'll tell you what, we're winding down. We have 5 minutes or less. Our producer is staying 4 minutes, he just reminded us. The calls have been running wild. The celebrity hotline has been overboard.
Well, because I know it's going to be good. Mr. Monday Night, Mr. Pay-Per-View, soon to be Mr. Friday Night on TNN. You are listening to The Wrestling Guys with Marty Adams and Rob Van Dam, and Shawn Stidham and Rob Van Dam on 1410 Wing with Rob Van Dam. Say it. Rob Van Dam. You love it, don't you? Everybody does. It just flows out.
Welcome back to the Wrestling Guys on Dayton's First, 1410 WING. Back to the phone lines, and we've got the Rat.
Rob Van Dam.
No, it's the Rat. I'm sorry.
Oh, Rat. Okay.
Rat, welcome to the Wrestling Guys.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Not much. How about you?
Two-time caller.
Hey, there you go.
That's about the most WCW you're going to get out of me, so I hope you're good.
All right, what's up, man?
Anyway, how good was it to see Vinnie Mac the other night on Raw? It was very entertaining. Do you guys know if he's going to come back pretty soon, or for good, or?
Well, I tell you what, call the Wrestling Guys hotline at 285-0991 at about 8:30. We'll have the update with the SmackDown results. And a lot of stuff went down last night. And I will tell you, Vince is on there Thursday night. And if you want to find out exactly what happened, about 8:30, give the hotline a call, and you'll get all the details.
But you're right. It was a swerve, and the swerve was there again.
I also wanted to do two more quick things. First of all, Jeff Jarrett, where are they going with this whole woman beater thing?
Well, the thing you've got right now is he's going to be, battling China, so that's why you have him going after it. Personally, anytime you have the whole male on female violence thing, it kind of makes me a little, on edge, because there's a lot of different people out there that don't like to see it, myself included.
Do you know anybody that's a Jeff Jarrett fan?
No, not really.
Jeff Jarrett?
And I'll tell you what, he's the only guy I know. I talk to the guys in the locker room. WCW gets a push every day, and he gets nothing. He gets no pop. He gets nothing. He goes to WWF, gets a great contract, gets a great push. Nobody cares.
Right.
I mean, if Jeff Jarrett went anywhere, nobody would care. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The storyline.
He's got a lot of in-ring ability, but he is one of those guys, for some reason, just hasn't found whatever it is to put himself over, and except for Deborah. If Deborah wasn't with him, he wouldn't get one cheer.
You know that. Thirdly, real quick, I just wanted to see if you guys heard anything. I was reading the other day where Billy Gunn was supposedly going to become a main eventer in 2000. You guys saw anything about that?
That's been going around for a while. There was talk that they were trying to build Billy Gunn into the next Shawn Michaels. Now, since that time, they've signed Chris Jericho, they've signed Paul